Field reports from the strange. This is Obscura Bureau.
Alright, after I posted the video about healing from trauma, there were many comments and shares. The next day, I went live and many people asked how to heal from sadness and how to overcome extreme feelings of sorrow. After chatting, I realized people were referring to the concept of panic attacks. People often share that when they're too sad, too stressed, or something similar, it leads to a state of rapid heartbeat and unexplained panic. They experienced many times, and it I've had moments where panic attacks lasted 5 to 10 minutes, thought they were over but they returned, making me think a lot about the origin of this state. Of course, afterwards I had to read and research to overcome it. But the funny thing about that feeling, it appeared since I was in elementary school, not now or when I grew up, but since childhood. Before solving it, I think we need to talk about what a panic attack is. After researching and learning while overcoming that feeling, I understand it's an extreme reaction of the body to some information it receives. We have 5 senses: ears, eyes, nose, mouth, and limbs. We hear, see, smell, and sometimes some information enters the body through those senses. The brain receives information and thinks we're about to face something too dangerous, because in the past, we've experienced similar things, and it brought about not good results at all. So, the brain immediately secretes many hormones to put the body into a fight or flight state. That state is both excitement but also panic. Excited because the body is flooded with hormones to prepare for fighting. But panic because the body is also flooded with hormones. Symptoms occurring in panic attacks are often difficulty breathing, chest tightness due to rapid heartbeat. Rapid heartbeat makes us feel breathless, like our mouth is suffocating, not knowing what to do. Because of that, experiencing difficulty breathing and rapid heartbeat, that feeling comes with parallel thoughts or sensations that we're losing control of our body. In that state, limbs often tremble and the body feels slightly cold. Finally, for some people, they feel as if they're out of their body. The body is one way, and they are another. At that time, speech isn't coherent, not smooth, not very logical. To think clearly, can. Our brain just keeps getting confused. This entire process happens within about 20 to 30 minutes. And worst in the first 5 minutes, then gradually subsides. Initially, I kept thinking something was wrong with me, I didn't know. So I calmed myself by sitting still for a while and letting my breath become more comfortable. But sitting still like that didn't have any effect, and because it didn't work, I continued panicking again, and it kept accumulating. The more out of control, the more panic. At a certain point, that lack of control reaches a dead end. Suddenly I feel like abandoning my own body. And that feeling is very bad, extremely bad. But then, when I told this story to one of my brothers, of course the feeling will go away after it also disappears. I still remember that time when I told my brother about it. My brother shared that in such moments, he would cry. He cries to release the inhibitory hormones in the brain. They naturally produce themselves to restrain our own mind, meaning using an extreme solution to solve an extreme problem. Hearing that, I suddenly realized something. This feeling had happened before, and how it occurred. When I was young and still in school, this panic attack feeling often appeared when holding the test paper. With low scores and then walking home. And in my head, throughout that 20-minute walk home, was an imaginary journey of how I would be beaten. How I would be hit by my father, scolded by my mother. At that time, my heart raced and my body fell into a panic attack state. Then when being scolded, my body was actually in a panic attack. But afterward, when the beating was over, tears fell everywhere and then that feeling disappeared. So that's how it was. The reason I remember that story is because my brother mentioned crying after the panic attack ends, indeed crying after being beaten also day ago. But that's just using an extreme method to handle an extreme problem. As for myself, to be honest, I understand that panic attack isn't a symptom that only happens once. But in our lives, it happens several times. Not just several times, but many times, especially for people living in stress or unbalanced lives, it happens even more. What can we learn from this? First is like this. We are victims of panic attacks, they will happen. We cannot control it, cannot tell our brain not to be like that. We have no way to hack it. We can only accept that. Sometimes it will create situations that we ourselves cannot handle. And second, the second takeaway is that panic attacks can be handled through various methods. The crying method, like my brother, is just one extreme way. What about myself? As for me, I learned about panic attacks and researched them to be able to handle them when they occur. After researching, I understood it like this. Panic attack is like water overflowing a cup. That means we need to have a cup and need to have water first. Our body and brain will accumulate stress over time and cannot simply and naturally eliminate it. Many people think that living in stress, then playing a few games will release stress, right? Playing games gives us dopamine. It brings a feeling of fragrance and stimulation. But the stress is still there. Because the issues causing the stress still exist. When we don't resolve the problems causing stress, we continue to be stressed. All other actions are simply avoiding it. So it doesn't directly affect us. And the avoidance will accumulate over time to the point we have to face it directly with no other choice. We are forced to confront and handle it. At that moment, panic will appear. This often happens to students who don't want to present, afraid and reluctant to present, avoiding the presentation task, assigning the presentation to others. And as a result, when forced to stand on stage, speaking to many people, you will panic then, and become dizzy right in front of hundreds of people like that. Therefore, I think the first thing we need to do is identify what is causing our stress. What makes us tense, what prevents us from resting? Meaning to relieve what is called accumulated psychology. Find the source of stress and resolve it. I think this is very healthy advice or lifestyle. Because we always want to escape things that make us feel bad and handle problems affecting our lives. Rather than avoiding it, avoidance is never good. Directly facing and handling it will always be better. And as a result, it will help reduce stress and panic. Next, another thing is stress. It is not the only cause of panic attacks, but because our bodies have become too accustomed to that feeling. Too accustomed to what feeling? Too accustomed to the feeling, meaning we are tired. Tired literally as in physically. There are many reasons leading to fatigue. It could be due to overworking or excessive labor. or insomnia, or using too many stimulants. For example, too much coffee or too many alcoholic drinks to relieve. It also makes our bodies pressured, heavy, becoming stressed over time. But there are some more special cases. Those are people with psychological illnesses. For example, having anxiety disorder, or those who are depressed. Depression is a problem not easy to solve. Why? Depression is something we have to accept living with for life. We cannot cure it. Antidepressants only make us become stagnant and lose the ability and can no longer think. Over time, that stagnation makes us lose our ability to reason. It only helps us forget and reduce, but doesn't actually cure. As for anxiety disorder, it's a condition about worry. We feel like everyone is against us, and everything seems to be aimed at us, and we have to fight against everything. Therefore, we are always in a state of combat. Always in a state of combat. Just a small stimulus from the senses, even the smallest, is enough to push us into that state. So for such cases, how to handle them? For milder cases like insomnia, substance abuse, the most important thing is to build a more positive lifestyle. Or most positively, exercise. Like going to the gym, walking, so our body has some activity to recover health. Because honestly, many people have never experienced the feeling of the body being so tired that it has no strength to defend against viruses and bacteria. People will fall into a state where the body is completely exhausted. During my illness treatment, I was exhausted to the point of limp, and the body was so tired that it couldn't heal itself from the illness that it weakened to reduce the burden. Reduce the burden. And from there, the body becomes prone to many other diseases because the resistance is weakened. So what about anxiety disorder and depression? To keep oneself stable in terms of anxious emotions. As for depression, because there's no way out, it seems nothing to be. I just hope we can overcome that feeling. What about other issues? The third thing that can make us fall into panic is childhood psychological trauma. As I just said, it's from childhood. When bringing bad grades home, and preparing mentally for punishment. When not reconciled with it, not accepted, it will still hang suspended and wait until we are weak. When identifying what makes us tense, what makes us stressed, what makes us always in a state of anxiety or similar. Once identified, the next step is to reconcile with it and allow ourselves, our body, to gradually heal from within to feel more comfortable. Because if we remain in a state as tense as a string, panic attacks are inevitable. This is what I want to say to those who, working from morning till night, with many worries in life. I ask for your understanding and, because of the hurt that, at this age, life is truly like that. There's too much work to handle from morning till night and I myself cannot be happy at this moment. I cannot be satisfied, because if I'm satisfied with the present, then what am I striving for? I strive because I'm not satisfied with the present. I want more, I want more, I want better, I want everything to be. But of course, one must know to what extent is considered good, to what extent is considered okay. And oneself doesn't need to push oneself to that extent. And recently I met some ladies talking about business. They call it what? I don't know whose it is. But they withdrew, but they said that entrepreneurs who earn money only to pay hospitals, are going against the purpose of business. Meaning we do business to earn money to serve our own lives. If we destroy our own lives, then why do we do business? That's what I think we need to do. Clearly define and improve our own lives, to make it better rather than being in a state of stress, tension, and possibly very prone to panic attacks at any time. Please practice for yourself. And if you have a panic attack and don't know how to handle it, then I myself, I have some techniques similar to my brother. My brother said there were times when he was about to go on stage to present in front of hundreds of people and suddenly had a panic. He ran to the bathroom, stood in the corner to cry. As for me, I have a skill that I find. It's quite. Probably because I'm lucky to have. That is the skill of emotional endurance. Do like this. Remember one of the saddest stories you've ever experienced. One of the. Recall every detail of that story. Every single moment and talk to yourself about it. I endure emotions by doing so. I recall memories that happened about a certain story. S.A. sad story, I. The thing that made me sad and what my thoughts were at that time. And when I open up to myself, tears will naturally well up. And then I'll breathe normally again. The heart will be regulated. Of course it will get better, but it also makes you feel a bit like urinate. I don't know why, but perhaps because the body becomes soft. And if it's because of something happy, then try to remember who was by your side and how they loved you. The actions they showed you. Remember, when sad, focus on the thoughts in your head. And when happy, try to recall the actions they showed you. Then you will feel calm again. Your heart will stabilize and you will return to normal. I don't know if people are familiar with the concept of meditation. But what I just said is also a form of meditation. That is emotional meditation, memory meditation. Helping us feel safe to release our inner feelings. Of course, if people are already meditation experts, then when having a panic attack, people can completely meditate. It will get better. Additionally, I have tried another method. Not sure if it's really effective, which is walking. When having a panic attack, I would walk. It was 3 a.m. Suddenly had a panic attack. Woke up at 3 a.m. to urinate, had a panic attack, didn't know what to do. So I opened the door and went out for a walk. At that time, I lived in the Nguyen Hue Gun area. I walked at 3 a.m. from the Nguyen Hue Gun area all the way down to Vinh Hồng, Ba Son. Walk exactly one round there and then return. After about over an hour, it got better. As for other methods, I don't know. I can only suggest 2 methods like that. That is meditation and walking. Additionally, some people will say you need to create a safe zone for yourself, so that when you enter it, you will feel better. At work, can. Think that. Of course, this is just a share from someone online. And if people really have psychological issues and need expert support, then I think you should go to the hospital, to the psychiatry department for examination, and the psychology department too, to check your stress level. They can measure it, they can take blood tests to see how high your cortisol levels and joint inflammation are in your body. To know if you're stressed or not. That's what I think can be done. Besides, limit alcohol as much as possible. Limit alcohol as much as possible. Alcohol makes you more stressed. Coffee too. If you can limit coffee, that's good. I myself am someone who eats coffee every day, so I'm always in a state. Perhaps partly because I'm used to it, partly because I have ways to control it. And the stress level in my body is at a level I think I can handle. So, if you want to improve your health, it's best not to be like me, quit alcohol and coffee. Hope these shares have some value to everyone and thank you for watching and see you in the next episode.
If the report helped, subscribe and open the next case.